In recent years, Lakers fans have been calling for lineups that include two traditional centers, allowing Anthony Davis to play a more advanced role, in the position where he feels most comfortable. This scheme was one of the keys to the Lakers' success in winning the NBA title in 2019 to 2020, but ended up being left aside in the following seasons due to the lack of players with the right profile. On Wednesday, the Lakers took a step in that direction by signing Trey Jemison III, an undrafted center in his second year in the league, to a two-way contract. At 6'2" and 265 pounds, Jemison is still far from an established NBA name, but he has shown potential as a rebounder and shot blocker in the limited opportunities he has had thus far. Coach J.J. Redick has said he wants to experiment with two center lineups again, and Jemison could fit that mold. The 25-year-old has averaged modest 5.1 points, 4.3 rebounds and 0.8 blocks in 18 minutes per game over 2 seasons. Despite his low numbers, his physical presence and willingness to fight on the court could fill a need for the team. While the Lakers have been linked to more established players like Walker Kessler and Jonas Valanciunas on the trade market, the team appears to be looking for a center who can perform basic but essential functions: protecting the defense, contesting shots, fighting for rebounds and contributing easy points in transition. Jemison, with his professional style, could be a short-term solution to give the Lakers needed depth at the position. With Jemison's arrival, the Lakers hope to reinvigorate a proven winning strategy while giving Anthony Davis more freedom to explore his versatile game and further impact the team's performance. Now, fans eagerly await to see how these changes will come to fruition on the court. This doesn't mean Trey Jemison will be immediately inserted into the Lakers' starting rotation. As a two-way player, he'll likely spend much of his time with the South Bay Lakers, the team's G League affiliate, where he can develop his skills and adapt to the demanding NBA environment. However, his signing represents more than just a depth move. It's a statement about the tactical philosophy the team intends to implement. Additionally, Jemison's presence in practice could help to increase the level of competition within the team, something that is always welcome for a team with championship aspirations. He offers an alternative to the more modern spaced-out style of center play that the Lakers have been using recently, which could be crucial in games against opponents with big presences in the paint. While Jemison may not see much time on the court this season, his contribution could be felt behind the scenes, helping the team prepare for specific strategic challenges. Another thing to consider is that the decision to bring in Jemison could be a sign of a larger move by the Lakers in the future. With the trade window still open, adding a young center could be part of a broader strategy, allowing the team to utilize other assets to look for reinforcements in different areas. Regardless, Jemison's development will be closely watched by the coaches and front office, who are certainly looking at how he can complement the roster in the long term. The key, however, will be the coach and his staff's ability to identify the situations in which Jemison can be most useful. If he can perform well in his limited minutes, he could gain the confidence needed to solidify his place on the roster. For the Lakers, taking a chance on Jemison is a reminder that in an increasingly star-driven league, success is often built on the details and teamwork. Additionally, Jemison's arrival could be seen as a gamble on a physical and defensive profile that has become increasingly rare in a game dominated by space-age centers. While he is not a reliable shooter, his ability to protect the rim and battle for offensive rebounds offers an element that the Lakers can exploit in specific situations, such as playoff games against teams that dominate the paint. Another interesting aspect is how Jemison could benefit from training alongside high-caliber players like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. These experiences provide not only technical learning, but also an opportunity to absorb the winning mentality of veteran athletes. For a young player who is still figuring out his identity in the league, this could be a crucial differentiator in his development. Jemison's tactical versatility, while limited by his lack of experience, could also help the team adapt to different styles of play throughout the season. Against teams that rely on more physical formations, his presence could be a surprise factor. Against faster opponents, the Lakers will have the option to explore other lineup combinations, keeping Jemison as a strategic alternative. Ultimately, while Jemison struggles for space and minutes, the Lakers' move reflects a larger trend: the importance of balancing youth and potential with experience and stability. On a team constantly dealing with the expectation of winning now, finding players who can contribute in both areas will be vital to staying competitive in the short and long term. Jemison may not be the complete solution, but he represents another piece in the puzzle the Lakers are trying to put together. If the Lakers can integrate Jemison effectively, he could also serve as a blueprint for future moves by the team to find underrated talent. The NBA is a constantly evolving league, and investing in players with specific skill sets, even if they are still developing, can pay significant dividends, especially in a long and physically challenging season. Additionally, his arrival could open up room for adjustments to players already established on the roster. With Jemison available to take on some of the defensive responsibilities in the paint, other players, such as Anthony Davis, can focus on other areas of the game, optimizing their energy and performance in decisive moments. This type of balance is essential for teams that intend to compete until the end of the season, especially in playoff scenarios, where the margins for error are minimal. While Jemison has yet to prove his worth, his inclusion on the team is already raising questions about how the Lakers plan to deal with future setbacks. Depth on the roster has never been more important, especially with the increased injuries and physical strain that come with the high-intensity league. Jemison's ability to fill in gaps could be just what the team needs in critical moments, even if he isn't a central figure in the lineup. For now, the focus will be on how he adapts to the demands of the team and the expectations that come with the privilege of wearing a Lakers jersey. Patience will be a virtue in this process, but if he works well, Jemison could be more than just a gamble. He could become a strategic piece on a team looking to add another championship to its already storied history. Another important factor is the contribution Jemison can make in practice, not only as a developing player but also as someone who challenges the starters and forces them to raise their game. This internal dynamic can be essential to maintaining competitiveness throughout the season. The energy and determination of a young player like Jemison is often contagious, and his presence can inspire veterans to stay focused and committed. Additionally, Jemison's addition could help the Lakers experiment with new defensive setups. In situations where rim protection is a priority, his ability to block shots and intimidate opponents in the paint could be exploited in formations that favor defense over offense. These tactical variations could prove decisive in tight games, especially against teams with dominant centers. Another aspect that should not be ignored is the impact that a hire like this can have on the development of the team's culture. By bringing in players like Jemison, who are still finding their place in the league, the Lakers reinforce the idea that hard work and dedication can open doors, even on a team full of stars. This sends a powerful message to the rest of the cast and the young talent aspiring to be a part of the franchise. Ultimately, Jemison's success will depend not only on his ability to adapt quickly to the NBA game, but also on how the Lakers manage his opportunities and capitalize on his potential. If he can live up to expectations and contribute consistently, even in a limited role, he could become a valuable piece of the team's puzzle and help the Lakers achieve their goals this season. Another point to be highlighted is the financial impact that a signing like Jemison's can have for the Lakers. With salary restrictions becoming tighter in the NBA, finding promising talent at affordable costs is a key strategy for teams needing to balance high-paid stars with backup options. The two-way contract allows the team to evaluate Jemison without compromising significant salary space, which is especially advantageous for a franchise looking to maintain flexibility for future moves. Additionally, Jemison's development in the Lakers system could unlock potential that has yet to be fully tapped. With a state-of-the-art training structure and an experienced coaching staff, he will have the opportunity to hone his game both physically and tactically. This includes improving his game-reading ability, defensive positioning, and even expanding his offensive repertoire, making him a more well-rounded option in the future. Jemison's presence also gives the coach more options in times of need. Whether it's resting players during a long, grueling season or adjusting the lineup for games where physical strength in the paint is crucial, he represents a valuable alternative. That flexibility could be a game-changer in a competitive league where the details often determine the winners. Finally, it's important to mention that the journey of players like Jemison is closely followed by fans, especially in a market like Los Angeles, where the passion for basketball is intense. If he can make an impact, even a modest one, he could win the support of the fans and, who knows, become another success story of an underrated player who found his place in one of the NBA's most iconic franchises. While the two-way contract limits the amount of time Jemison can spend with the main roster, it still guarantees compensation that reflects the importance of his role on the team. Players on this type of contract are paid a salary proportional to the amount of time they play in the NBA and G League. Currently, the salary for two-way contracts in the league is around $500,000 per year, a significant amount for players just starting their careers, but still well below the million-dollar contracts enjoyed by stars. For Jemison, this salary represents not only a financial opportunity, but also a chance to prove his worth and seek a more stable contract in the future. In addition, the contract offers benefits such as access to the Lakers' infrastructure, travel with the team and specialized training, resources that can accelerate his growth as a player. On the other hand, from the franchise's point of view, this investment is minimal compared to the salary cap and represents a low-risk bet. If Jemison excels, the Lakers will be able to renew his contract with more advantageous conditions, both for the player and the team. However, if he does not live up to expectations, the financial impact for the team will be practically zero. This balance between cost and benefit is one of the reasons two-way contracts have become so popular in the modern NBA. They allow players like Jemison the chance to showcase their potential in a highly competitive environment, while teams maintain the flexibility to adjust their rosters as needed. For Jemison, the challenge now will be to maximize that opportunity and justify every penny invested in his development. Furthermore, the amount Jemison will receive is not only a reflection of his current stage in his career, but also a reflection of the Lakers' strategy of balancing promising young players with veterans on the roster. By granting him a two-way contract, the franchise gives itself the opportunity to explore his potential without committing large amounts of money, while also contributing to the growth of an athlete who could eventually become a key player for the team. This approach also allows the Lakers to closely monitor Jemison's adaptation to the NBA, assessing his performance in real-world conditions without the pressure of an immediate long-term contract. If he proves himself in certain situations and shows consistent development, his market value could be boosted, which could open the door to a more lucrative contract in the future, either with the Lakers themselves or with another franchise. This dynamic reflects a growing trend among teams that are increasingly seeking players who can offer high production value at a relatively low cost, especially in an era where star contracts eat up a large portion of the salary cap. For the Lakers, the expectation is that Jemison, once inserted into the rotation and receiving minutes on the court, will be able to justify the investment, becoming a reliable option and adding value to the franchise in unexpected ways. In an ideal scenario, Jemison's contract, while modest now, could serve as a foundation for his progression within the team, which could eventually re-evaluate him for a higher value contract if he delivers what is expected of him. This financial flexibility and ongoing evaluation of his performance is an important aspect for a team like the Lakers, which always aims for immediate success but also seeks to build a roster that can sustain that success over the years. With that in mind, it's clear that Trey Jemison's arrival at the Lakers is a strategic move that could yield significant results in the future. On a team with big ambitions and a roster full of stars, he represents the hope of a rising talent who can make a difference at the right moments. And as the franchise adjusts its strategy for the season, all eyes will be on the impact this new addition can make. If you've been following this analysis and are as excited as we are about the Lakers' future and Jemison's promise, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all the news and updates. The journey is just beginning, and you won't want to miss any chapter of this story. Subscribe now and stay up to date with everything that's to come.